Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Louis Carl, and we're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, or if you're watching for the 10th time, 20th, 30th time, and you don't subscribe to the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network YouTube channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram at Alliance PW Network. Feel free to join our Facebook group, the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. And of course, don't forget, we have these sweet t-shirts. Go to our YouTube channel, which you're on right now, the top, unless you're listening on Apple Podcast, but you're most likely watching on YouTube. Go up to our the banner page, the Shooting Up North banner page, bottom right-hand corner, Shooting Up North merchandise. Click on that link, and YouTube can order and own one of these nice, sweet t-shirts. And thank you so much to everyone that has purchased a t-shirt up until now. I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay, so Alan Angels. Let's talk about Alan Angels for a bit. Alan Angels actually no longer with AEW. He actually released an official statement on his AEW departure. This is Wrestling Inc. It says earlier this week it was revealed that the Dark Order member Alan Angels will be leaving AEW when his contract expired, with his time working for the company now finished. Alan Angels has stated that he feels that there is more room to grow outside of AEW, and he has ended his time with Tony Khan's promotion on good terms. So he actually said, as of June 30th, my AEW contract has expired. I am nothing but grateful for the 2 years I spent there. And this is Alan Angels, a quote from Alan Angels. I love AEW. It was/is the best place ever to work. I got to wrestle some of the best wrestlers in the world on a weekly basis, as well as travel to some of the most amazing cities and meet some of the best fans in the world. There are no hard feelings between myself, AEW, or Tony Khan. And the second part of this quote is what I like the best. So let's read the second part of this quote. He said, "I have had a great time in AEW and would have loved to have stayed, but I am extremely excited for my future in pro wrestling. I'm 24 years old, and I look at this as my wrestling career just beginning. Now I get to show everyone how good I really am. I'm going to grind harder than I ever have before. I'm going to make as many talents as I can, meet as many fans as I can, and wrestle as much as I can until I am considered one of the best going today. Thank you for all the support and kind words, and I hope you will all continue to follow my journey. A's in the chat." So he says here, I am 24. Just going back up to the quote, I'm 24, and I look at this as my wrestling career just beginning. It says, now I get to show everyone how good I really am. Is that him subtly saying that AEW may have been holding him back? You know, just to kind of think that maybe he's kind of saying there that maybe he was held back by AEW, and you could say he wasn't given the opportunities like a Daniel Bryan was given, of course. I'm sorry. I'm just used to saying Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, or CM Punk naturally. But maybe he's alluding to the fact that maybe he felt he was being held back. But that's just speculation. That's just how I'm reading it. I could be wrong, of course. He did say he's living on good terms with AEW, and he says I'm going to grind harder than I ever have before, which is also good to hear. So here's my thing. Here's my question. Should Impact Wrestling sign Alan Angels? Straight I'm going to ask. Should Impact Wrestling sign Alan Angels? And I mean, Alan Angels, 24 years old, still has a lot to prove. Still has a lot that he wants to show the world. Still wants to prove that he could be one of the best wrestlers in the world. Should Impact Wrestling give him that avenue to prove those things? I think they should. I think Impact Wrestling should sign Alan Angels as fast as they can. Alan Angels, terrific talent. I've seen a number of matches of Alan Angels on the Indies and, of course, in AEW. Great talent. He would fit in perfectly in the X Division. Lots of great matchups for Alan Angels. Mike Bailey defending the X Division Championship against Alan Angels would be a terrific match. Trey Miguel against Alan Angels would be a terrific match. Ace Austin against Alan Angels. There's a lot of great matchups, and he would be a great addition to the Impact Wrestling roster. and of course the X Division roster, and of course he could always move up and eventually challenge like a Josh Alexander or whoever's the Impact Wrestling World Champion, and even he could go after the digital media title. Rich Swann against Alan Angels would be a terrific match. I think Impact Wrestling should jump on Alan Angels because you think of Alan Angels, you think of Steve Macklin. Steve Macklin came in, he had a lot to prove, and he knocked it out of the park. He was released by the WWE. He's had a lot to prove. Want to prove that he can be one of the best, and he just knocked it out of the park with Impact Wrestling. That's just one example of somebody doing that. Alan Angels could be that person as well. Alan Angels could be that person as well. He said he had a great time with AEW, but he's excited for his future in pro wrestling. And again, Alan Angels is not in the twilight of his career. He's not 45. He's not 50 years old. He's 24 years old. He's got many years left of good professional wrestling in him. So he would be a great signing for Impact Wrestling. I think if they sign him and unleash him and let him do what he can do, let him prove to Scott D'Amore, let him prove to the fans, let him prove to Scott D'Amore, to Impact Wrestling Management, to all the fans, let him prove to AEW, Tony Khan, that he can be one of the best in the world, right? And I think it would be a terrific signing. I'd be all for it. I think Impact Wrestling should jump on Alan Angels immediately. Again, his age is a huge factor. 24 years old. He's only 24 years old, and he's been with AEW since 2020. So he has a lot of experience under his belt, and he's a lot of indie matches as well. So he has got a lot of experience under his belt, and I think Impact Wrestling should jump on it and sign Alan Angels. I think they should sign Stu Grayson as well. And not put them together as a team like a Dark Order type team, but I think they should sign Stu Grayson as well. But this is about Alan Angels, so I think Impact Wrestling should jump on Alan Angels and just cut him loose. Let Alan Angels loose because he has the potential to be a top star. He has the potential to be a top star, and he has the experience. He has the age factor going in his favor. And he's got the determination as well. Again, he's kind of alluding, this is me just speculating, kind of alluding that maybe he was held back in AEW by saying that now he's no longer with AEW, that he gets to show everybody how good he really is. And he even says here, there's more room for him to grow outside of AEW. So again, alluding to the fact that maybe AEW, he feels that AEW wasn't giving him the opportunities that he felt that maybe he deserves. But Impact Wrestling would. So I think Impact Wrestling should sign Alan Angels, and hopefully they will. I mean, he's a free agent, I believe as of today or tomorrow. I see here. Oh, okay. June 30th. Okay. So as of June 30th, my AEW contract has expired. So I don't know if today is the last day or if he's officially a free agent today or if he's a free agent tomorrow. But regardless, I think Impact Wrestling should really consider signing Alan Angels and immediately put him into an X Division title program with Speedball Mike Bailey. I would have like Alan Angels just appear. I would have him appear like at Against All Odds because he's a free agent. I mean, he'll be a free agent tomorrow. I mean, I would bring him in, have him show up at Against All Odds, and I would have him attack Speedball Mike Bailey. That's what I would do. And immediately put him into a program with Speed, or you don't have to have him attack somebody from the X Division. Maybe hold off on the X Division title opportunity at first. Maybe let him get his feet wet in Impact Wrestling. Okay, let's scratch the whole X Division title shot immediately, but maybe have him get his feet wet in Impact Wrestling and build him. And I think he would be terrific. In Impact Wrestling, and I'm hoping Impact Wrestling they've lost a lot of guys lately. Jake something, Rohit Raju, Willie Mack. I'm sure I'm forgetting a name or two. I'm trying to think, and well, anyway, I'm sure I'm missing a name, but it's time to start bringing people in. And I mean, Alan Angels could definitely fill that void. And again, he wants to prove that he could be one of the best in the world. Let him prove it in Impact Wrestling. All right, so Tonight, of course, Impact on AXS TV. And here is the a preview of the matches that'll be taking place tonight. So it should be a great show. We have some terrific matches tonight on Impact on Access. So we got Chris Sabin versus Frankie Kazarian, which should be a terrific match. The Good Brothers defending the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles against PCO and Vincent. Let's just go back to Chris Sabin and Frankie Kazarian for a second. It says last month, Frankie Kazarian made his shocking return to Impact Wrestling and immediately rekindled his long-standing rivalry with Chris Sabin. But after a familiar assault at the hands of Honor No More, the Battle of the Futures were brought to an abrupt halt. At Slammiversary, Kazarian joined forces with Sabin to help lead the Impact Originals to victory over Honor No More. With that showdown in the rear view mirror, Kazarian and Sabin are set to finish what they started. So Sabin versus Kazarian. As I said, the Good Brothers defend the Impact Wrestling World titles, tag team titles against PCO and Vincent. That should be a crazy match. Jordan Grace, I think it's a non-title. The Jordan Grace, I believe, is a non-title match against Savannah Evans. Tasha Steelz, of course, will be in Savannah Evans' corner. Then we have X Division number one contender match. Says Mike Bailey realized his dream when he scaled the Ultimate X structure to retrieve the title to become X Division champion for the very first time, but there's no rest for the weary as Bailey's first challenger is set to be determined tonight. It will be Chris Bay versus Steve Macklin versus Laredo Kid versus Trey Miguel. This match should just absolutely blow your mind. This match should be absolutely insane. Chris Bay versus Steve Macklin versus Laredo Kid versus Trey Miguel. Now, I know who wins this match, but I'm not going to give away. I'm not going to give it away. But I haven't seen the match, but I did read a spoiler, but I'm not going to give away the winner. But this should be an absolutely fantastic match. Really looking forward to that one. Then we have Ace Austin against Alex Zane. Ace Austin shocked the world when he helped El Phantasmo, Chase Owens, and Bad Luck Fale of the Bullet Club score a victory over the United Empire during the Best of the Super Juniors, solidifying his place in the group led by Jay White. Austin's former friend, Alex Zane, learned that if you're not Bullet Club, you're against Bullet Club, and found himself on the receiving end of a brutal assault. This Thursday, Zane looks to gain a measure of revenge. Well, tonight, he looks to gain a measure of revenge on Austin when they collide in singles action. So Ace Austin versus Alex Zane tonight. This should be insane as well. And then we have Giselle Shaw, 101 against Rosemary. Should be a terrific match as well. So we have a great show tonight. Impact on AXS TV. Lots of great matches. This is going to be a killer show. Tonight's show is going to be absolutely killer. Absolutely killer. Let me just run this down again. Chris Sabin versus Frankie Kazarian. Good Brothers defend the Impact Wrestling tag team titles against PCO and Vincent of Honor No More. Jordan Grace versus Savannah Evans. I believe it's a non-title match. Even if it is a title match, Grace is not losing. Chris Bay, Steve Macklin, Laredo Kid, Trey Miguel. Winner becomes the number one contender for Mike Bailey's X Division title. Ace Austin versus Alex Zane. And I'm not done. Giselle Shaw against Rosemary. It's going to be a killer show. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this one tonight. This is going to be absolutely killer. Absolutely killer. All right. So we're going to leave it at that. Anything breaks, of course, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye.